Hey y'all, thanks for stopping by. So, last night was the Oscars, and depending on who you talk to about that, nobody watches those anymore because you can just Google the winners the next day, right? Or if anything controversial or embarrassing happened, those clips are going to be uploaded to social media instantly. You can watch them on YouTube or Twitter or, whatever you browse for fun on your own time. No one's beholden to the clock that it's on TV, and I'm all for that, by the way. They need to reach us where we're at if they want us to watch their award ceremony, and not many people I know actively watch TV on a regular basis. But of course, there's a contingency of people who say that, well, the reason no one watches them is because everything's gone woke. They're pushing an agenda on your kids. They're trying to brainwash them, or whatever they're going to say, the DEI or whatever it is. And obviously, people are still watching this on TV because the clips are coming from somewhere, and I mean, they wouldn't keep airing them if people weren't watching. And the ratings aren't out for 2024 yet, but I'm sure it's going to be more than it was last year. And even at its lowest, it's a really watched program. You know, in the past 5 years, the lowest it's been it was 2021 with just over 10 million people watching. And I mean, that's huge to me. That's more people than live in my state. So that's a lot of people. And it's just been getting bigger year after year since then. And I'm sure this year will be no different. It's going to be more than it was in 2023 when those aired. And for good reason, too. There were a lot of huge movies that came out last year. A lot of people were up for their first awards, and there were certainly some interesting moments that happened, to say the least. A couple of people gave speeches that were talking about the war in Gaza. They'd use their time for that when they were accepting awards, and I think that's a good thing. There's going to be some folks who say that, oh, well, you're injecting your politics into just an award ceremony, and yeah, this is the Oscars. This is the crowning moment of their career, presumably. Maybe they'll win another, who knows? But like, this is it. You can listen to them talk for 60 seconds. You're the one who's watching this awards ceremony. Like, what'd you think they were going to do up there? Um, Aside from the musical performances, there was a big thing that happened that I'm actually surprised by the coverage, that I've seen so far. Maybe some new stuff will come out. Maybe some people will change their mind and get outraged. But John Cena, he came out on stage to present an award, and he was presumably completely in the nude. Of course he wasn't. It's Hollywood. They have garments for that. But that was the gag. He's promoting some film he's in where, regardless, he was on stage and he looked naked. And this came and went. People commented on his physique, which, I mean, yeah, he's a big guy. But nothing about pushing an agenda, nothing about protecting the kids, nothing about keeping them safe. And I want to stress, first of all, I'm not saying John Cena's at fault for this. He's an actor. They get put into weird positions and costumes. People have talked about the whole putting men in dresses thing. Like, it's just something that Hollywood does. They like to embarrass people. And John Cena seems committed to the bit. He's okay with being a joke himself to promote something. And, I mean, he seems like just kind of a jolly guy. That's the persona he gives off. I'm not blaming him for anything. But I do think it's interesting the coverage it got, because so far there's no outrage. And I just know that if this was, you know, let's say Hunter Schafer got an award and came out presumably in the nude, oh, we wouldn't it would you wouldn't be watching this video right now, because people would be screaming about it nonstop. There'd be live streams of people just saying this is the end of the world. But of course, John Cena is a straight white man, and he's not public enemy number one right now. There's some people who, they're upset with him because he panders to China or whatever, but, he's not one of those people. He's not the current enemy. He's not a DEI import. That's their whole gripe right now. So, but, we'll see. Maybe I'm jumping the gun on this. Maybe some people will address this. But again, I don't have any issue with John Cena and how he did this. And frankly, as far as the body goes, it's not a sexual thing. Being in shape and looking a certain way doesn't beholden you to a certain career or anything like that. And you shouldn't be sexualized for being naked, in my opinion. The human body is just a body. What you think is a whole nother story. And maybe that's the lesson we should all take from this. Maybe what he did really isn't a problem. I don't think it is necessarily. The hypocrisy is my main concern, but bodies are bodies. You're the one who's putting thoughts on it. But again, we'll see what happens. Maybe I jumped the gun, but until we see more people talking about it, y'all try to have a good day.